Hello, good afternoon, children of 8B and 8C. Sorry, I could not come live as per the timetable schedule because I was busy in CBSE registration of class 10. So I could not come today. I'm kind of free, so I thought, anyhow, I do not have any live classes, so I will organize a live to let you know on what we can do in the future. But tomorrow anyhow we have a class. I had put though the second semester chapter. This is from the second semester, so I actually wanted to know from you whether, like, we have begun the chapter. I thought, let's begin the chapter because we will be way ahead of the syllabus, the split up syllabus. In this month we have already finished judiciary was the last chapter. We have finished it. Colonialism and the city isn't there, so till judiciary from the first chapter, the syllabus is for your periodic test, or you can call it as half yearly. Half yearly examination will be due in next month. We don't know the timetable, but it will be in October and it will be for 80 marks. The half yearly 80 marks, the periodic test will be for 40 marks. So remember that one. And the second semester, however, begins with this chapter, iron smelters, weavers, and factory owners, that I wanted to begin. But if you are not comfortable with the, let us say, the previous chapters which have been done for the first semester, we can always go for revision. So I will in the YouTube continue with the second semester, but in the live class I will go for the revision. Is that okay for you? It might be in October, Aniket. Not sure. Might be in October. Maybe after Dasera vacation. Dasera vacation is also not sure whether Dasera vacation would be there. Yeah. So don't worry how many of them are watching. The video will be there here, so you can watch it anytime that you want to. Okay. Now, if I get a date, that's why I decided to go for the second semester. If I would have got the date of the exam, I would have definitely gone for revision, because revision is a must. You know that your PT1 marks are not so good, and you definitely want to get good marks. So revision is a must. Science sir was saying that it is in November. Okay, fine then. Then we will move ahead with the chapter. I will confirm you with that one. Whenever the dates are announced, we'll go for revision. Is that fine? When will school reopen? For you, the school is not going to reopen anytime soon. But 9th to 12th, the school is reopening for their doubts. For you, maybe December, or whenever the corona cases come down. Okay, let's begin with the chapter. This chapter is obviously from history, but it is from the second semester. Weavers, iron smelters, and factory owners. Boys, in the meantime, remember, I have finished all the syllabus. Remember to complete the notes and keep it ready. I will create the sections maybe like tomorrow or day after tomorrow in your Google Classroom. You can start uploading your notes, maps, or whatever. Be ready. Do write the notes, classwork or homework. I'll start creating the sections where you can upload. So some have written, some have submitted. That is commendable. But if you have not written, please start writing, because if the exam date is announced, you will struggle to read at least, how many chapters are there? Maybe like 10 or 11. I think more than that, 12, 13. So it is going to be actually problematic. Right? Let's begin with the chapter. I think Ayush is asking something. Did you take our privileges for updating marks? Yes, Ayush, the privilege will come back to you when you start the test today. Today, the test will be attempted, then you can attempt. So I will restore your privileges at 3. Maybe after updating the key answer, I will give back your privileges. You have to do it before 6 in the evening. Then I will remove the privileges. So please make sure about that one. Okay. This chapter tells the story of the crafts and industries of India during British rule by focusing on two industries, namely textiles and iron and steel. Both these industries were crucial for the industrial revolution in the modern world. If you remember, the industrial revolution in England happened with the textiles, iron and steel. During that's the time when the railways started expanding in England, creating the transport facility and making it easy. Now that is after that in 1853 we did have our own first railway. Both these industries were crucial for the industrial revolution in the modern world. Mechanized production of cotton textiles made Britain the foremost industrial nation in the 19th century. Manchester is a place where you will find all the cotton mills, and in India, you will find it in Ahmedabad. Surat, Ahmedabad, Gujarat is an area where you will find all these cotton mills. And iron and steel, obviously, iron and steel, you will find it in Chota Nagpur Plateau, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, places like Bhilai, Rourkela. You will find all this iron and steel because the iron and steel ore, iron ore is found in Chota Nagpur. When its iron and steel industry started growing from in the 1850, British came to be known as the workshop of the world because industrialization started in England and spread across to Europe. The industrialization of Britain had a close connection with the conquest and colonization of India. You have seen how English East Indian Company started trade and led to the occupation of territory, how the pattern of trade changed over the decades, started as trade, then occupied the Jamindari rights, then the Diwani rights, then they led their own army into our own kings. Then they started taking administration into their hands. Then ultimately they started ruling us. What did they do? Indigo and opium started growing in India, cotton, indigo, opium. Then they started exporting it to England. Then they made ready-made clothes from England, took it back to India, sold at exorbitant prices, high prices, and made them pay. Now, in the late 18th century, the company was buying goods in India and exporting them to England and Europe, making profit through this sale. Within the growth of industrial production, British industrialists began to see India as a vast market for the industrial products. And over time, manufactured goods from Britain began flooding in India because Manchester, when you make it in hand, obviously the production is going to be slow, but by the machine, you can produce faster. How did this affect Indian crafts and industries? This chapter will explore more on how the domestic producers were losing their market compared to what happened in the British. Archana, sir, please guess which chapters may come. There is no guessing, Archana. Whichever chapter happened before will come for the half yearly. All those. And what happens in the session ending? The first semester's 30% weightage will come in second semester. That is session ending. Yes, 641 subscribers. That means I had some subscribers in sixth and yours. Yes. Chalo, आगे बढ़ते हैं and we'll begin with this one. Indian textiles and world market. Let's begin with textile production. Around 1750, before the British conquered Bengal, India was by far the world's largest producer of cotton textiles. Indian textiles had been long renowned both for fine quality and exquisite craftsmanship. They are extensively traded in Southeast Asia like Java, Sumatra, and Penang, and West and Central Asia from the 16th century. European trading companies like the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, and the English came to India buying Indian textile for sale in Europe. That's why they came to India. Memories of this flourishing trade and the craftsmanship of Indian weavers is preserved in many words. Still, it is interesting to trace the origin of such words and see what they tell us. So let's begin with what the words tell us. Histories. European traders first encountered fine cotton cloth from Indian, carried by Arab merchants in Mosul, in present-day Iraq. So they began referring to all finely woven textiles as muslin. That's the first one. Muslin, because Mosul, muslin. a word that acquired wide currency. When the Portuguese first came to India in search of spices, they landed in Calicut and the Kerala coast in southwest India. The cotton textiles which they took back to Europe along with the spices came to be called as Calico. Why? Because from Calicut. Calico and subsequently Calico became the general name for all cotton textiles. Calico. There are, remember Calico and muslin? Yes, there are many other words which point to the popularity of Indian textiles in Western markets. If you take a book, you can see in figure 3, you can see a page of an older book that the English East India Company sent to its representatives in Kolkata in 1730 to procure. The order that year was for 5,89,000 pieces of cloth. Yeah, in 1730. Browsing through the order book, you would have seen a list of 98 varieties of cotton and silk cloths, obviously available in India. These were known for by their common name in the European trade as piece goods, usually woven cloth pieces that were 20 yards long and 1 yard wide. If you have the book, you can see. Can you read it? I don't think so. Okay, I read it. It is written in such like calligraphy handwriting, still I cannot read it. Carefully priced. Look at the each commodity there. You can see the cloth mentioned, but look at the prices. It's different. Names of these different varieties of cloth in the book. Among the pieces ordered in bulk were printed cotton cloths called as chintz, koses, or khasa, and bandana. Maybe these are the names of cotton. Like, do you know where the English term chintz come from? It is derived from the Hindi word chint, a cloth with small and colorful flowery design. I have never seen these cloths personally. Let me tell you that if you have seen, please do comment. From the 1680s, there started a craze for printed Indian cotton textiles in England and Europe, mainly for the exquisite floral designs, a fine texture, and relative cheapness in India. Rich people of England, including the Queen herself, wore clothes of Indian fabric because it is one of the finest cloths that ever to be produced. Similarly, the word bandana now refers to any brightly colored printed scarf for the neck or head. Bandana. Originally, the term derived from the word, the bandana that I am talking about is bandana, Hindi, or typing. Yeah, this I have known because I tried doing it. Is it tie and dye, children? Are you there? Do you know about tie and dye, bandana? So bandana became bandana. Okay, tie and dye. Now tie and dye is practiced more in Rajasthan. You will see tie and dye. Ink dye is for a plain cloth. Like you take a plain cloth, put some dye into it, tie it, and open it. Voila, you have got a beautiful cloth. No, next time when Jagdish sir takes the class to you, you ask because Jagdish sir knows all this. He knows tie and dye, बांधना, बांधनी बोलते हैं ना उस कपड़े को, बांधनी, सलवार ये सब आता है ना, बांधनी. लड़कियों को पता होगा. अर्चना, डू यू नो अबाउट दिस? बांधनी 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 का जो साड़ी भी आता है वो डॉट्स होता है, पूरा डॉट्स डॉट्स. इट्स लाइक वेरी स्मॉल क्लॉथ. इफ यू पुल इट इतना बड़ा बन जाता है. स्ट्रेचेबल क्लॉथ है वो. नो, लड़कों को तो नहीं पता क्योंकि लड़के पहनते नहीं है. लड़कियों को पता होगा. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम अज्यूमिंग. अर्चना वुड बी नोइंग बिकॉज शी इज फ्रॉम नॉर्थ. नो, ओके फाइन, चलो कोई बात नहीं. बांधना मतलब टाइंग, referring to a variety of brightly colored cloth produced through a method of tying and dyeing. There were other cloths in the order book that were noted by their places of origin. कहाँ से मिलते हैं उनका नाम वही से लगाया है. काजिम बाजार, पटना, कलकत्ता, ओडिशा, चारपुर, ये सब उनके जहाँ ओरिजिन है कपड़े का उसी से लगाते हैं नाम. The widespread use of such words shows how popular Indian textiles had become in different parts of the world. Now, before I close my class, I would want to know about, okay, not dhoti, Archana, that's a different one. I would want to know which type of clothes that you know. Can you please comment in the comment box about the types of clothes that you know? Like I told you, Bandini, that I know about that one. You might be knowing more, right? Can I know what are the names of the different types of clothes that you know? Polyester. Start from natural. Directly went for artificial. Cotton. Okay. Varieties of cotton. Only cotton. Nylon. Fine. Textiles. We are still in textiles. Wool. Good. Think of other things. Silk. Very good. And types of silk. There are various types of silk available. Acrylic piece of cloth. Wool also, like pashmina is one type. Jute. Very good. Nylon. Rayon. Yeah. Pashmina. Mulberry silk is normally what we see. But the silk, like the Kanjipuram silk, the Kanchivaram silk, as you say, no? The Kanjivaram silk. Right, Srivas. I was just mentioning, and Srivas put it in comment. The Mysore silk, because the weavers from Mysore. The Kanjipuram or the Kanjivaram silks, right? The Assam Mugga silk. It's very, very famous. Right? And the cost of those silk saris or silk material is very, very costly. Cotton was known as coltis. Okay, fine. Now, if you know more about this, you can put it in the Google Classroom, right? Today, anyhow, we had a uh, live session. Before the class, I had put so many videos regarding this chapter. So, चलो यहाँ हम रोकते हैं. We'll stop it here, and we can continue with the next part in tomorrow's class. तो कल इसको कंटिन्यू करते हैं जब तक हमें वो डेट शीट नहीं मिलता. डेट शीट मिलने के तुरंत नेक्स्ट क्लास होगा रिवीजन फ्रॉम क्लास चैप्टर 1. तो कोई इश्यूज नहीं है ना. इन द मीन टाइम कंप्लीट योर नोट्स, गेट योर क्लास वर्क एंड होमवर्क. क्यों मैं बता रहा हूँ, आपको रीजन बताता हूँ. In the half yearly, your weightage is 40-10 or 80-20. Your marks are given from the notebook. Notebook से ही आपको marks देना पड़ता है. अगर आपके notebook ही नहीं है तो आपके marks कहाँ से देंगे हम. तो इसलिए blueprint सब मिल जाएगा. जब एग्जाम शुरू होगा blueprint सब मिल जाएगा. This time we'll get at the blueprint. Bengali silk is there. Not sure. Bengali silk है क्या? That's Assam silk you're talking about, Danush. असम का जो मुग्गा सिल्क है उसी को बंगाली सिल्क बंगालीज पहनते हैं. असम में है वो मुग्गा सिल्क. इट्स अ वेरी फेमस वन. तो चलो कल तक हाँ आपके लिए गुड बाय, एंड टुमारो वी आर गोइंग टू डील मेनी मोर थिंग्स रिगार्डिंग दिस. So please read the chapter before you join the class. We will see tomorrow at 10:30. Is it 10:30? Yes, 10:30 to 11:30. Thank you. Bye bye, and have lunch, and have a wonderful day.